Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astrogat Mysore, and today I am dealing with the topic of three planetary combinations. That is, we have been doing it starting from Sun, Moon, and onwards. So we are now in Sun, Mars, and Venus. So with three planets together. So any planet with Sun, except for Rahu, gets combust. So keeping in that concept in mind, keeping that concept in mind, Sun, Mars, if they are a little placed in a good distance, and Venus is also not combust, this gives rise to extraordinary talent, like artistic architecture. A person can become a very good planner, designer, and an urban builder. Chartered engineers who are having both the knowledge of being an engineer and also being an accountant or an estimator. So these people are extremely valuable and they give very good suggestions as an advisor. So these people can be logical interpreters, very good as lawyers and advocates, attractive and charming with very good personality. They are good leaders. If Sun is strong in this particular combination of three planets, that is Sun, Mars, and Venus, that we are talking today, they can be very good leaders, politically very strong and motivated to achieve very good heights in political, strata, and they are very wealthy. These people make a lot of money, and sometimes they are harsh. If you have a combination where Mars and Sun are too close to each other, and the heat has developed, the friction has developed, then they'll be a little harsh and sometimes a little rude. So if one of the planets is exalted, let us say Sun is exalted, you can understand that this position becomes one of the most highly recommended positions. Sun exalted actually happens in the sign of Aries, and we have Mars also in Aries. Then what a beautiful combination it is, if it is not combust. And then we have Venus there. So for many ascendants, this particular combination gives a very strong Raja Yoga. I'll give you one ascendant like that would be the ascendant of Cancer. For this ascendant, we know that Mars is a Yoga Karaka, Sun is the second lord, and Venus is the fourth and the 11th lord. Second lord for wealth, Sun for Kutumba, family, for Annasthana, that is good food. Venus, the 11th house for prosperity, for profit, and fourth house for prosperity, that is enjoyment, Sukhasthana, vehicles, and Mars, fifth lord, the fourth lord, the fifth lord, the second lord, the 10th lord, and the 11th lord in one house, in good distance from each other, gives rise to multiple Raja Yogas. So this particular combination has a lot of positive combinations if they are well posited. Materialistic approach anyway, they will be very rich, flamboyant, and they will show off their richness by building big buildings, spacious, palatial houses. So they love architecture, photography, music, fine arts. They love collecting arts. So this is a fantastic yoga. Yoga of a king who wants to live like a king. That is what is Raja Yoga. Let us see the other way around. What if Sun is debilitated, Venus is combust? It can happen. Sun can get debilitated in Venus's house. Now Sun gets exalted in Mars's house. So both are involved here. So Sun gets debilitated in Venus's house, and Venus, if it is combust, being in its own sign, and Mars, poor guy, it is now in the enemy sign. So, in that case, and if this combination is in the eighth house from, let us say, the Lagna of Pisces, for the ascendant of Pisces, if this thing happens, or 6, 8, 12, let us take all the other ascendants, also three ascendants. Deformation through the opposite gender, Artists and politicians have to be very careful in this period of time. In this particular dashas and upadashas, that is antardashas, they need to be careful because sudden deformation can happen because of some statement or something which they will blurt out in public. You know, yeah, something related to the female, because when Venus gets combust, stri dosha kind of a thing can happen. So problem to the heart. Why? Surya, sun, represents the heart, Venus represents the veins, and Mars represents the quality and smoothness of circulation of blood. So difficulty in clots. So, overconfidence which can pull a person down. Overconfidence is always negative. Confidence is positive. Lack of confidence is weakness. Overconfidence is a negative thing. So, that can hit. Eye diseases can happen because sun represents the eyes, and if it is weak in a chart and with Mars weak in the chart, then problems of impurity in the blood, so immunodeficiencies can happen. So, this particular combination can suddenly make a person go very high and become famous, and also make him fall down if it is not well posited. So, if it is not well posited and one of the planets is exalted, it will, that particular planet in its dasha or planetary period, it will push you up in life. And suddenly, because of the other planetary positions, you may also fall down. So be a little careful when you are analyzing this particular combination of three planets, that is Sun, Mars, and Venus. So thank you very much for today's class.